Hello. I already got us here. I hope y'all are doing well today. May this message resonate. And may you always use true discernment within every message. May the divine guide you and bring you forth the wisdom, the clarity, and the truth that is needed throughout every message, throughout your life, throughout this moment, throughout this journey. I just want to continue to thank you all. I just want to have a continuance of thanking you all for the likes, the comments, and thank you for subscribing. This channel is something that I really love doing. The videos I really love to do. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to speak. I'm grateful for the moments that I sit down and just really speak the message that is needed for you all, even for me at times. So I'm grateful for this time. And thank you all for your patience and just really listening. Thank you. So today within this message, so it's a lot of things that that needs to be said, First and foremost, the divine is wanting you to know that the divine has been showing you unconditional love. And whatever you have going on in your life, the divine is wanting you to know that you're blessed. And maybe it may be hard right now for you to believe this or see this, but the divine is wanting you to see it from a different perspective and, see the things that you can be grateful for in this time, because whether you see it as unconditional love or not, the divine is wanting you to feel it, feel it in every moment as much as you can. As much as you be in the present moment, as much as you can, I ask that you are able to feel how it feels, allow that moment, because I know you heard this saying before about, the present is the gift. Being in the present, that is the gift. And as we be in the present, we're able to allow, the divine's love, the love that's within us, to really be, and not to try to think in the past or think in the future, but to really just be in the present moment. And I think that is beautiful, and that is a true representation of unconditional love, and a blessing within it. The number 20 may be significant for someone. Maybe your birthday is on the 20th of this month. The number 10 is significant. Maybe it was February 10th, March 10th, March 13th, somewhere in those areas. 35, 38, 43, and 54. Those numbers have come up. So, whatever the meaning is for that for you, may you be divinely guided to. Maybe you need to look up the numbers. Maybe that is your age. Maybe some of that is your birthday. Yes. So this message, for some reason, and I ask that you do not go anywhere, but because this is a touchy message, and whenever I start the message off like this, what I'm about to talk about. But I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit as much as I can before I say, in this time, there may be some that may be like in isolation, or, maybe out of isolation, or, beginning this hermit mode, this awakening, this journey. And, there may be like for those who may just be beginning, there may be like a lot of negative thoughts coming up. And you're really probably wondering, where are these thoughts coming from? Where is this negativity coming from? I never really thought like this. Where is it coming from? Well, it's a number of things. These thoughts can be coming from others because, when you're around a lot of energy, let's say that you're at work, that is energy. Let's say when you're at home and there's a lot of people in the house, that is energy. And so many thoughts, so much information is all around you, and you probably could be picking up, a lot of other people's thoughts. But let's not stray you away from this truth as well. Some of this can be coming from you, and during this isolation time, they could be coming up even more because the divine is wanting you to see something. But the word for, we hear the word empath, but if that's the case, everybody's an empath because we're all, divine beings, and we all, carry information around us. We all have this energy. We all carry this energy. Information that's all around us. And so, if that's the case, everyone is an empath, I believe. It's just I believe it is how tapped in you are into, the spiritual side of things, the divinity within you. And as you tap within, you're able to set boundaries and know what is yours and what is not, the thoughts that are yours and the thoughts that are not. But as I was saying is, you may see that a lot of negative things are coming up, and the divine is wanting you to be aware of these thoughts, because there are you, some of them are you, and the divine is wanting you to create boundaries on what is you and what is not. And the divine is wanting you to not only see what's you and what's not, but the divine is also wanting you to see where your thoughts are going, seeing why you may be having these negative thoughts, whether it's about yourself, whether it's about others, whether it's about your life. The divine is really wanting you to go within and see where these are coming from. And a lot of times you can go within and really pay attention to them as within meditation, sitting 10 to 15 minutes within meditation, maybe 30, 45, even an hour, and just sitting still. And really just before you sit still is setting attention as to why am I thinking these thoughts, and just pay attention to what come up. And then as you see what comes up, just pay attention and ask yourself, okay, what does this mean? Why am I thinking like this? And just really asking the questions, and even asking the divine, okay, divine, why am I thinking like this? And as you sit even in that meditation, the divine may give you a vision or an image or something that brings you to the place of why you think like that. And as you set your intentions and ask the divine these questions, and the divine answers them for you, the next thing to do is, okay, ask the question, okay, how can I fix this? How can I think positive about myself or whatever the situation is? How can I move forward within this situation and not let it overshadow, who I'm becoming? How can I set things positive? How can I set this goal of, wanting to think better so that I won't sabotage, the things that the divine have for me within my future? And really just being intentional about that and setting that intention and, allowing, being in the present, as I said, because, the present moment is very beautiful, and you are blessed, please know. And so just being in the present and allowing whatever the divine brings to you, it's not, it's really not a bad thing. I know I was dealing with that a lot at the beginning. I'm like, what is this? It was a lot of stuff. And then I'm going to save this for another video too. I believe like whatever vibration you're on, that is what you pick up as well. So maybe you're in like a, do I want to say this? I mean, I got to maybe you're in like a lower vibration than normal. And when you're in this lower vibration, you're able to pick up on the same vibration of others, and then that connects with yours, and then that's how everything is all over the place. That's how I was able to figure out what was going on with me. I'm like, okay, I'm never, okay, normally I'm not in this, okay, so throughout the years, I saw myself declining. I will say this, but I did not see myself declining as low as I was. But what I did find out as I saw myself in this lower vibration than ever, I was like, okay, there has to be a reason why I'm thinking these thoughts. And of course, I held myself accountable. But then after I kind of got out of it, after I was able to get out of it, I was able to understand, and even more now, that I was in that because I was in a low vibration, and you pick up everything when you're in that vibration. Your energy picks up everything. So whoever and whatever is on that same, remember I was telling you about energy, and you remember I was telling you about, you be at work, you be outside, you be here, you be there, and let's say you're in a low vibration, right? Well, you're gonna pick up on you're gonna attract those low vibration thoughts. You're gonna attract the things that are around you that are low vibration too. And that's why I was telling you to set your intention so that you can ask the questions that need to be asked so that you can vibrate higher. Like, it was really, really tough for me. I was like, why am I thinking this about this? Why am I thinking this about myself? Remember I was telling you about just the condemning and judging myself, and what it was just ongoing. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful because I really set my butt down, and I really asked the question, set the intention, and asked the divine. Remember I was telling you I was sliding down the wall trying to figure out what in the world is going on, where is this coming from. And it was because I was in a lower vibration than I ever, well, I'm not gonna say that I've ever have been, because I've been in low vibrations before, but not like this. And so the divine was wanting me to get still and ask the question that was needed so that I can make the necessary moves that was necessary and set the right intention. So I ask that in this time that you're able to do the same thing. And even in this time, as in, as you're even on this journey and living life, it don't even have to just be with isolation, but to do everything you can to be in the present moment, to really make the positive, change your perspective I ask that you change your perspective about a lot of things, and do your best to think positive. But not only that, during this time, all right, here it go, a lot of karma is going to be coming up. And remember, karma is not bad. That word seems so intimidating to people, but it's not bad. Remember, I was telling you, karma is just the divine helping you to be aware of what you've done to another, or what you've done to yourself. Karma doesn't have to seem so condemning and judgmental. It's really just awareness. It's a spiritual awareness. It's just you really becoming aware of how you treat yourself and treat others. And because the divine don't want no one being treated a certain way, and yes, the divine doesn't want anyone being treated, because remember, unconditional love. The divine loves us no matter what we do, who we are, what the flaws, the obstacles, and we have to understand that. And if we're going to say that we're divine, we have to operate as that as well. If the divine can love us unconditionally, we are also ourselves supposed to love ourselves unconditionally and others. And I know that task may seem it can be challenging for us, but the beautiful thing is grace. It's grace. So I spoke of this karma is because it's going to come up. And I just ask that you set your intentions, like I've just said on the other videos, is setting your intention and staying looking at the situation in a different perspective, and and looking at it as what lesson did you learn from it? You know, how can you grow from it? How can you really, it's about holding yourself accountable and saying, okay, I'm not going to let this happen again, you know, or because maybe it's something that you needed to set boundaries on and you didn't. Maybe it's some things that you needed to say and you didn't. Maybe it's some things that happened to you. I don't want to trigger anybody, but maybe, you know, the divine is just wanting you to know what lesson. The divine is wanting you to learn the lesson. And it's in you. The answer is in you. I'm asking that you trust the divine intelligence in this time, to trust it and allow it. You know, and it's not just bad karma either. There's such thing as good karma. So that's where I was getting into is, you know, you have to, I know I had to make it my duty. And that's why I was able to set boundaries with it too. But I'm not gonna say I was overdoing it, but listen, I made sure I was like being super nice during this isolation time, during my journey, because I'm like, man, like it makes you become aware. So you might look a little funny to people, meaning like you doing stuff that you normally don't do, and people looking at you, all right, is she faking? Is she crazy? Is he or she faking? Is he or she crazy? Like, I'm trying to figure out what she got going on. And it's not that you faking, it's you've become aware of something, and you trying to be on divine time, and you're trying to be, you know, to walk in divinity. You're trying to do everything you can to, you know, to move and be in alignment with the divine. Because you like, listen, I know for me, I was like, listen, I'm not trying to go through this again. I'm trying to be aware of the stuff I say. I'm trying to make sure I do this, you know, speaking, you know, just doing different type of stuff. Listen. Because I'm like, if I'm realizing this, and that's the beautiful thing about it. That's where I'm grateful at, because it's really the divine brought me back. Not back. The divine, I feel as though the divine brought me here just so I can become aware. And so that I can come, and the divine is giving me a chance to come up again, but have a better understanding, wisdom, truth, perspective, knowledge, growth, purity, truth, faith, support. Because the experience, this is what I'm saying, like, yeah. That's what I was talking about with, this can't be faked. You will really know when someone has really went through this, you know. And I just ask that you just pay attention to this time. I don't want to throw y'all off course with that, but please pay attention to this time. You want to know something? I got a story. Hope you're ready. Okay, so listen, I'm serious. This is why it's super important. And as you're on this journey, let me tell you something. That karma start as you start to transcend and vibrate higher and know better. That karma start hitting super fast. Like, that's why it's super careful. You got to be super careful with the things that you say and think and stuff. Like, even for me, I'll be on there every day. But let me tell you a story, and I'm telling you this because I'm trying to show you how fast that karma be hitting. So, for some reason, remember I was telling you I was in this negative, phase for a good 2 months. Ooh, my goodness, probably longer. You know, the beginning of my journey, and oh my goodness, so I used to mock men. Listen, y'all, don't judge me. But it was a thing. So if a guy tried to, you know, talk to me, right, I'm being honest. Listen, because hey, I don't mind. You know, like I told you, my life isn't up for debate. Like, I've lived that already. I've learned it. I've lived it. What I say isn't up for debate. You know, it's only for y'all to gain from the story. You know, gain some clarity and some wisdom that is needed. You know, so Yes, I had this thing where I mocked guys, and it wasn't like I thought it was funny. So if a guy would try to come talk to me, right, and I tell him no, I don't want to talk, I'm not looking for no one, and the line they would use, you can't have friends, and stuff like that, and I'd be like, no, I can't have, I'd be like, no, and just stuff like that. And so they'll say something else, and I won't, I just basically just say no. And so when I would walk off, I would play it back in my head, like kind of mocking it and kind of laughing at it, not laughing at them, but just laughing at that just the stories people tell of how it goes, and how it goes with certain guys and how they don't accept the friend thing. And so I will, kind of mock that a little bit. Not a little bit. I will mock it because I thought it was funny. And so it was one day I was at the grocery store, and this guy, he had already asked me, but he had asked again that same week. And so he had asked me while I was leaving out of the grocery store. And so I was like, I say the same thing, just stuff like that. And so as he walked away, and as I walked away, I started mumbling. I started mocking and mumbling. Y'all, tell me why, because I got a basket. I got this big old basket with a basket full of groceries. Tell me why while I'm pushing the basket just, this hole out of nowhere just appeared. This hole has never, I still think about this to this day. I'm like, he manifested that hole because he wanted something to happen. Listen, I bet y'all like, it's not even that funny, but listen, it's funny to me, okay? But anyway, so this hole come out of nowhere, like, and my whole basket just say da-doom. Groceries fall everywhere. The basket in the hole, I mean, this big gigantic crater looking hole. I've never seen this hole a day in my life. And then after that day, I never saw that hole. I cannot make this up. But anyway, so I proceed to pick up my groceries, and I look up. He has the biggest smirk on his face because I believe he heard me when I mocked him, and he had the biggest smirk on his face. I'm like, listen, I did not mock another guy after that. I promise you, this is how I become so aware of the things that is needed, because I don't be liking stuff like that to repeat itself for me in my life. That's why I'm making my duty to become aware. Yeah, he had the biggest smile. I mean, he was walking with the smile. He didn't stop and smirk. He was just head held high, walking and smirking. And here I am picking up the groceries, cart in a big old crater, and I'm like, dang. But look, I started smiling too. I started laughing. I'm like, see, this is what you get, Ari. See. And from that, I have not mocked another guy. I'm telling you. So I just told y'all that just to tell y'all to become aware of, this time. Because it is very much meaningful. Just your awareness, observing without judgment is super important at this time, because you're observing so that you can learn, because it's so much to be learned. It's so much wisdom in this time within your life, just being the observer and not the judger, or being the observer and not the, having a right or wrong or left or right, or just really just being the observer and just seeing, because as you observe, you see why people do what they, because you went through a certain part in your journey that others probably may have not, or may going to go through. You see why people do. You have that more understanding and discernment and truth about why we all do what we do, So I really hope this message makes sense. But please, in this time, just far as the karma, it's good karma, just because that pays off too, So my whole point of another point that I can make is You know, even within this isolation time, you may be getting, you know, some karma, which is just awareness of of how you lived your life. You know, you will get that same when you do good. You know, within this time, showing the divine, look, I'm here. Let's align. You get that same karma. And will you be nice and caring and loving to people in this time? I mean, just doing. I was. But anyway, yes. When you're able to do nice and kind things to others, that has to come back to you too. So just like that karma that you think may be bad, which is not, it's just awareness. That same has to come. If that's law with that, it has to be law with the good, if that makes sense. And I hope that makes sense for you, because as you're in this isolation, good karma can come to you as well. And when you get, you know, ahead on your journey, of course, you got to call that, you know, that good karma to you. Look, I know I've done some good within my life, especially within this isolation time. So I'm ready to receive. Remember that easy for me to receive card. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. And to receive the divine highest plan and other receiving card. Listen, you have to call it to you, or you will still think that you're in it. You know, you'll still think that you're in this karma cycle, when those cycles have ended and you have proven yourself. You know, you have proven to the divine. It's not even about proof, because remember, you're worthy, but it's okay, I get it. You've passed the test. And it's really not even passing the test. It's really, okay, Ari, where are you going with this? It's really about just learning and experiencing and gaining, you know, the truth within it all. You know, the truth that is meant. So, please know that for those who may be out, please claim your good karma. Come to me. Divine, I receive all that you have for me. Divine, I know I've done some good. I know I have been doing good, not just in that moment, within my life. Divine, I open my arms, I open my hands to you, to what's for me. So, yes, I really hope this message made sense. I'm not going to call this message karma, anything to do with karma, because I know that will steer y'all away from this message. So I am going to see what I can call it. It's going to be something about probably the observer. Maybe. You know? So, the divine is wanting you to see where you are right now, to be aware so that you can rise above. The divine is wanting you to rise above, and just so that you can be ready for this new you. So you can stand in this uniqueness, this empowerment, this truth, this abundance, so that you can master your destiny and shine in your power. Because please know, within this time, you will accomplish whatever, you know, goals, or where even this time it will be accomplished. So please know how much you're blessed in this time. It's a beautiful time. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that this message resonated with you. May you have a good day. Sending you so much love and light when you get it through the wind. Thank you.